I said, that's not the bottom line. When we get through looking at the budget, it's gonna be considerably less than that. Keep in mind that that $2,440,000, we have to make up that $2 million. Remember I told you we put in $500,000. We gotta make up that $2 million that we put in last year out of surplus. So that reduces it down to 440, but we'll go into that as we go along. As you can see, we put in 500,000 this year. If you take out the 912,000 that's up above, from the 1,300,000 brings us down to 388,000, or an increase of about 1.5%. As we go through our budget line by line or department by department, you'll see where some of the departments are below last year, some of them stays the same, and there are others that are increased, and we'll try to talk about those places especially that are on the increase, like the jail, like the sheriff's department, and like the nursing home.
That's it. Can I ask,
Yes, go ahead.
could I just ask for a division between your groups for Group 1 and Group 2 for the cost of retirement?
I don't have that figure.
I can get it for you, but it's the group 2. That was where
Yeah,
the
I would
increase
just like to
was.
see what the,
Yep, I can get that for, do you want it now or
No, just-
eventually?
eventually.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Representative McCarthy.
On the same subject,
Thank you.
you have the retirement, the increase is 78,687, but, and I asked the question of Jason about this, and he was gonna check on it. Maybe he has and just hasn't gotten back to me. We did some work on the jail budget, and they said there was a 5% increase for Group 2, but yet it went up $70,000, or almost 45%. It went from 177 to 248 in the jail. That's a $70,000 increase, and for the entire county, you're saying it's only going up 78,000.
Representative McCarthy, can you tell me what you're looking at? You're holding that in your hand?
Yes, this is the county Department of Corrections budget that we went over last week.
Okay.
And it has
Is there a corresponding
for
line
retirement,
item?
it has 177 in 2011,
Can I explain?
going up to 248 in 2012, and an increase of 70,238. That
Okay.
means the rest of the county only went up 8,000.
Can I explain that?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Wait a minute, I would just like to be able to get to page 15, okay? Get to page 15, which is, jail and the House of Corrections. Under retirement expense, it's 6,100.013, and I think that's where that is where the increase is coming. And Kathy Gary.
Can I,
if you-
okay,
Yes.
when the budget was set by the state in last June for July for the retirement system, they increased Group 2, but decreased Group 1. So, you'll see, if I did a whole detail of just the retirement expense, you'll see some departments went down, Group 2 went up, Group 1 went down.
And Group 2 entails the House of Corrections.
And the Sheriff's Department.
The Sheriff's Department and the.
So when you look at just the jail, yes, the jail did go up, but other departments went down.
But would they go up, for instance, the jail went up $70,000.
Group 2.
It's the Group 2. They
It
went
says
up,
Group 2 will go up 5%, it went up 45.
it went up, I think, in the percentage wise, like 11% to 19%, so.
The paperwork says,
It
I
says
can get you the
it
state
went-
form that shows you what.
It added
other-
70,000 to 177. That's about
It's based
45%.
on earnings,
Pardon?
it's based on the earnings, so if there's additional staff,
So you're saying this is correct? It is gonna go up that much?
yeah, yeah.
Even though it says 5%, it's going up 45%.
We don't know for sure that it was 5%.
Remember,
That's
this
what
is
he thought
just
it
the
might be.
beginning of what we're doing,
Right.
and I think that Representative McCarthy, when you have pieces of paper like that, none of the rest of us understand what you're doing, so maybe
I-
we'll be able
I
to get a
understand.
copy of that, or the jail subcommittee
Plus,
can
this
tell us.
retirement number is the whole county,
Yeah, okay. So,
not just one department.
yeah. So you could say that corrections went up 45%, but the overall for the county, it's
This
not
is
45%, it's a close to 5, that's the averaging. So it's, each department will go up or down, and we will figure out at the end of it. The commissioners have to put this in by the 1st of December, and that is where they do it. Now this is where we come and we whittle it down to figure out what's going. That's why we have subcommittee.
Okay, if we could move along on the budget. Two other items of interest is we're going to add 2 line items to the budget. One will be a line item for the pellets, so we can tell how much we're paying for the pellets versus the propane. So that will be under the expense budget. The other item would be on electronic monitoring, so we have a better figure as to, in the jail budget, as to what it's costing and what we're receiving as revenue on the electronic monitoring. So it'd be 2 new items that would be in addition to what we have. If there are some other items that you'd like more detail on that you think it should be a line item, we can add that.
Yes, Representative Umberger.
Yeah, just where are you putting the pellets?
It'd be under plant operations in the nursing home. Be the next item under fuel. I think it's like 066 maybe. I forget. We'll get to it when we go through the budget.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna go line by line.
Department by department in the end.
Okay, if we take the expense budget,
Yeah,
we look at the commissioner's budget, it's up 3.5%. Now, keep in mind, 3.5%, that's about $8,000. Percentages will ruin you if you look at a small budget and increase it by something. The percentages go sky high. But it's up 3.5%. In all cases, the non-union people are already in there at 30 cents per hour, with the exception of 4 people. 3 assistant county attorneys and the superintendent of the jail. Everybody else is at 30 cents per hour without the 2 unions, the jail and the nursing home. Okay?
so that means that what we have done is that we have included in the budget for 2012 that we have in front of you, all your non-union minus 3 assistant attorneys and 1 superintendent. Those are non-union, all the non-union is included at 30 cents per hour.
Right.
We have no union contracts now to do that.
anything in for?
Okay, so we excluded.
We took it out. We took it out.
The 3 county assistants, county attorney
Took that
assistants
out,
are
too.
excluded, and the superintendent. So none of those, what Attorney Dewhurst asked for is he will be coming and telling us what we need to do.
I can tell you that when we get to the attorney's budget.
Does everybody understand what the commissioners did with the non-union? Okay,
So the non-union was increased by,
30 cents per hour.
but all the union has not been increased, and it's not
It
reflected in the
isn't,
budget.
it's, the union contracts are not reflected in the budget because they are not, they haven't negotiated yet.
It gets confusing, but there's one union, the sheriff's union, that's in the budget. And it's in there at, I believe, 2.8 or 2.9% based on their contract. And that was based on the CPI, and so that's already in the contract. So the sheriff's department is, everything's in there for the sheriff's department, okay? All right, as we go along, the treasurer, there's no increase in the treasurer, actually. Special fees and services, there's no increase there. Human resources and services is up 2%. And that's mainly because we went from a 1-person to a 2-person health insurance. Basically, that's it. On the waterworks, it's down 1.8%. County attorney. Under salary assistant attorneys, it's up $20,000. And if you want me to go through what they would be making, I can do that.
Let's see, would the committee like to know that? or
It's
do you-
public information, I would think,
or
once it
do you
gets
want to wait
approved.
till the attorney subcommittee looks at it and we go through the process? Let's wait on that.
You want to wait?
We'll wait.
Okay.
Is that all right, everyone, we wait on?
So the county attorney's budget with those increases is 3.1% increase of about $14,000. There were some cuts that were made when we met with the county attorney. I shouldn't say cuts, that's a bad word. There were some reductions that were made in different areas. So it was a $14,000, $500 increase.
Okay, so for right now, under the county attorney, we have a 3.1% increase.
That's correct.
We've got in line item for the assistant attorneys, we've increased that. The attorney and you guys increased that by 20,000.
Correct.
However, there are 3 assistant attorneys.
Correct.
That, an increase for those has not been included.
Yes, it is included in there. Yep.
So the $20,000 includes the 3.
Includes the
assistant
3
county
increases.
attorneys That I thought you told us were not included in the budget. They are. They were. 3 assistant attorneys are now in the budget. Okay.
May I ask
Yes, go ahead, Representative Burger.
This, I know that, I don't know, several months ago, whatever it was, we approved an increase in salary for a new hire. Did that occur? Did the new hire occur?
I did not increase it. I hired it at the level of funding for this year until we could complete the budget process.
Okay, so even though we had approved okay, thank you.
But that increase is in the 20,000.
That's fine.
Okay, so your 3 assistant attorneys have gotten an increase in $20,000, covers that. Representative Babson.
Yep, thank you, Madam Chairman. Has the number of days between when somebody's arrested and when they go to court decreased this year? It was 135, and at one point this year it was 250. Has it gone down any?
Days from sentencing,
No, from when they're put in the can over here to when they go to court.
and that's the one that we had in Senate Bill 500 that is this, go ahead, see if you can answer the question. I don't know what you're talking about, Representative Babson.
I think
Try
what
it
he's-
again.
It was costing this county I believe it was $125 a day, and a year ago, the amount of time they were held between when they were arrested, when they went to court was 135 days. With the court shutting down and other things, it got stretched out the early part of this year to 250 days times 125, which we don't have any downshifting here, but that looks like a downshift to me to the county, and I want to know whether that 250 is decreased at all.
Thank you. Now I understand what you're doing. Attorney Dewhurst.
Representative Babson, I don't know if I have those figures for you. Those statistics haven't been specifically provided to me. I know that has been a focus of my office, and that we've worked month after month to reduce those times to the Department of Corrections.
And this is something that has happened in Concord that has caused this,
Yes.
which has undoubtedly had something to do with Senate Bill 500.
No,
No?
it had to do with the fact that the jails were closed when they were last year.
The courts were
The courts.
closed.
The jails.
Okay.
Huh?
It's an interesting concept.
Madam Chairman, Jason might have the answer.
Yes. Jason, do you have an answer?
Representative, I believe that the average day for incarceration on felony level cases is in the low 200s, based off of my Superior Court list for November. I haven't done the the December calculation